pardon me, it is 9 a.m. here in Los Angeles. Tuesday, the 7th of October. A shout out to the Jews and the Palestinians. AD 2025. Look at this ball. Look at this beautiful ball. Mars. Is that what that is? The views expressed on this show do not represent those of Hake, Bond, JLP, American Anchor Baby, Derek the Black Producer, Punchy TV, the Fallen State Producer, or anything. I don't even represent myself. Except I definitely am a glober for life. A ball-tard for life. And so we're going to have a fun show. But we are flat earth friendly. Okay, so you're a flat earther. Far be it from me to be unfriendly to flat earthers. Okay, at times I may slip and be unfriendly if, you get on my nerves or whatever. Hake has nerves on which to get. Terrible. I disclaim. I disclaim also my attitude. My attitude does not represent me. All right? So, chill out. Don't be judging the judgers. Lots of stuff going on. Is Trump going to bring peace to the Middle East? All right, whatever. You can call in. People go on hold already, I believe. You can super chat. Yes, you can. TheHakeReport.com if you want the different ways on which to super chat. You definitely are welcome, and I will read those. And some of them have already come in. What's up, Gregatron? Thank you, Pastor Shadowlay, raiding the stream. Fish Islands, Hake, don't be so gullible. You know what? I feel like you guys, as I described earlier, I feel like you guys are the gullible ones because you believe your disbelief. You know how you're not supposed to believe or disbelieve something if you don't know? But you believe the disbelief. You believe, oh, it wasn't what they told us, the FBI. Oh, Israel did Charlie Kirk. Stuff like that. Cockamamie crazy ideas. But shout out. Busybodies. You know what I mean? Crazy. So here, let me start to get things ready so that I can get right to you as we go forward. Enjoy this beautiful, the beautiful sound coming in. I think I'm pretty well ready to get going here. So, anyway, guys, your gullible incredulity, incredulously gullible, gullibly incredulous. Let's just get on with the rendition, this rendition of the Hake Report.
1, 2,
Nice.
3, 4. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la.
Hey guys!
Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la.
So, how you guys doing? I'm fine. I have my Hake t-shirt on, as JLP said, and I think this is one of the last ones that I ordered from Teespring. Because Creator-Spring, Teespring, they, about a year ago, quit working, seemingly, roughly, all right? And then they started to work again. And so I received my orders from like a year ago, the last one's like a month ago. Terrible. But maybe they got their things together. Creator Spring was like hobbling along. You know, Creator Spring, Teespring, they used to be pretty pro-free speech. And then they got zinged and targeted and harassed and maligned in the mainstream media. And they buckled under the pressure. and then they got bought out or something. I don't know. So I shout them out. You know, I don't know what I would do if I were to come under that type of pressure. You know, I disavow on the fly. So anyway, that's what's going on, or that's kind of what happened. That's why I switched to Printify. All right, nice. And for JLP related stuff, you can go to jesseleepeterson.shop. But mine is hake.printify.me. Or if you go to thehakereport.com and peruse, you can probably find my Teespring/CreatorSpring link. But no promises, all right? But they may be doing okay. So, Gullibly incredulous. Disclaimer. All right, so I'll do the Teespring shout out. Let me get to a call or two, guys. One thing I don't like about this is size medium, and it's like I should start wearing size large, like Gregatron told me, because it's like a touch tight around the shoulders, and I'm getting bulky. And so maybe I need to trim down, or maybe I just need to buckle and start buying large, so it's guaranteed to be comfortable even if I'm swimming in my shirts. Okay, so let's move forward. Michael in Canada on the line over here. Michael, thank you for calling and holding, sir. How you doing?
What's up, man?
Hey.
Yeah. So today I got a beta back, just like you.
Oh, you have? So are you out? You're not working today?
Nah, man. My back is hurting me.
Oh man,
hard.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Nah, you know, that's what happened when you stay too much standing in one place all the time. You know, at work I'm standing, and it put pressures on my lower back.
Yep.
And now when I pick up something from the ground, it's like I'm dying. So
that's terrible, man. I definitely relate to that feeling, man.
You know,
got to keep active, do some squats and stuff, even with no weight. But once that's after you're sort of healed. You don't want to do squats right now when it's tender.
No, not right now, no.
Yeah.
But I need to stretch, man, in the morning. So I'm becoming older and older.
One thing that I started doing in the mornings is I would do, like, you know how you do a leg lifts? You do one leg lift, stick your feet in the air, and then reach for your feet with your hands, and you're flexing your abs that way, and you're kind of like lightly stretching your back and your hamstrings that way, which is kind of a helpful thing. And then you also pull your knees up without your arms helping, like this, when you're laying in bed. And then
wait a second, because my video feed
yeah.
maybe 5 seconds earlier.
Pretend I'm laying on my back. I'm laying on my back.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was thinking.
And then I go like that, and then like you kind of push out with your knees, and then you also like push in with your knees with like a little bit of resistance from your arms.
All right, yeah.
And
you
just different things
with your back.
It both kind of warms you up and lightly stretches you, but it's not too hard of a stretch. Because I have sometimes overstretched in the mornings, and then I can barely run in the afternoons because I've like stretched so hard that I got sore, or whatever that thing is, where you kind of pulled your muscles a little bit. But anyway, that's a suggestion. And then literally just squats with no weight, like squatting down, and then coming back up.
I'm doing it right now.
And then walking for like an hour. I don't care how slow. What really helped me, and I lost a little bit of weight that way too a few years ago, was I just walked an hour practically every day. But anyway, that may be too long for you or whatever, but...
No, man, I used to walk a lot to go to work from home. It's like 30 minutes, and I do it to go for work and go for home. So.
And like today, I was a little stiff and off, and so I literally just jumped around a little bit. They say jumping up and down kind of like helps shake stuff loose or something. I don't know. It kind of feels good.
Yeah, maybe not right now.
Of course, right. Anyway,
But anyway,
those are my
man.
best tips on that. And then drink enough water, sleep enough, and I sleep on the floor. I've been sleeping on the floor for years, by the way.
On the floor?
Yeah.
Right on the floor, like
no,
right on the wood of the floor.
No, because there's a carpet, and then there's like a workout mat, a yoga mat or a workout mat, and then I laid a couple of blankets kind of folded up, and so floor, carpet, yoga mat, couple of blankets. It's still kind of hard. I still like sometimes.
Man, are you that broke?
No, it's just that it feels so much better when you sleep on like a bed, a mattress that's like too soft or saggy. You wake up and your back's bugging you, but you sleep on the floor. It's so much better, at least for your back. Your arms or shoulders may fall asleep, or your legs or butt may fall asleep, but at least your back is okay. Anyway.
Yeah, but yeah. Because I got a big arch, like in the lower back.
Okay.
I don't know how to say that, but I got a big arch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like and,
you have a sway back. They call it.
That's how I don't know how they call it, but yeah, I think it's that, and that made me a lot of problem with time.
Oh, okay.
It's the posture that I got when I don't know, man. I'm always like like I'm super cut, like
yeah. You're
but I'm not.
Yeah.
But it's the way that I learned to stand up, to be. But so okay. Well, enough about that.
Okay.
Now you need to learn French.
All right.
Yeah, because man, you got a hard time with that, but I understand. And we're gonna take an example. How hard is French? I'll show you. We'll take an example with my name.
Okay.
So type Michael.
All right.
Michael. Show it to the screen.
Yep. Michael. Michael.
So first of all, M is M, but the I is E.
Me.
Yeah.
Okay. I can understand that one. Me.
Chael.
Uh-huh.
Kyle.
Michael.
Michael.
Kyle.
So my name in French is Michael.
Michael.
Yeah.
Michael. Nice.
Yeah. But if you take out the A,
uh-huh,
it became Michel.
And is that a man's name?
Men and women.
Okay, both men and women are called Michel.
Yeah. But if you take out only the A, it become Michel, and the CH become like sh.
Oh, that's right. Because after the A, it's Kale. Kale. And
exactly.
after the with the E after there, it's Michel. Oh.
Exactly.
Nice.
So what's the big difference, I think, in English and French is that the I is E, the A is A, and the E is E.
Okay, I can understand that. I can understand that because that's sort of consistent with Spanish and other languages,
exactly.
I think. Yeah.
So you know Spanish?
Yeah, a little bit.
Spanish is like the art version. French is like the art version of Spanish.
You can say that again, man.
Yeah. Because we got a lot of things. We got feminine and masculine word.
Right.
So there's a dog. You'll say, even if it's a female in English, you'll say a dog. But in French, we say, for a male dog, we say un chien. For a female dog, c'est une chienne. Un chien, une chienne.
Oh.
And we got a lot of plurals too. So every time there's more than two of something, we got to put an S mostly, because there's a lot of variation.
Okay.
But mostly you got to put an S at the end of the word.
Oh.
So we know that it's plural.
Okay. Do you hear
Un
that?
chien.
Do you hear the S at the end of the word, or do you only
No.
see the S?
A lot of words are silent. A lot
Silent
of
S.
letters are silent.
Yeah.
In a lot of words. So when you was trying to say Saint Lawrence,
Yeah.
it's Saint Laurent. The T at the end and the T at the other end of Saint and Laurent are silent.
Saint Laurent.
Saint Laurent.
Saint Laurent. Something like that.
Exactly. You got a hard time, but it's all right. You'll learn. You'll learn. And the C
Yeah.
can be a K and can be an S too. So
Right.
you can say, right now you got the letters in the at the lower hand of the string. It say cloudly, but you can also use the S to say I don't know, c'est ou c'est chose. It's it's
Right.
hard. It's
The C
hard.
is the same in English. C can be a K sound or a S sound.
Exactly.
Yep.
And it's become harder when you're trying to speak in the future, in the past.
Oh.
Now we talking about real real learning. You know, I didn't take notes today for that, but maybe one day I'll do it and I'll show you how to speak French, because you know how to speak Japanese, right?
I know a little bit of Cantonese. It's a Hong Kong Chinese. Old.
Are you the one that took that video for the Punchy TV episode last time?
No, that was actually old. That was Bill. You're talking about the
Yeah,
Japanese, the Japanese game show where the wife pranks the husband with bad food,
Yeah.
and the husband is like, "Ooh, this is good," but it's all in Japanese. Yeah, no, I don't really understand. I recognize Japanese as Japanese. I feel like, because it's distinct in its sound. It's more like kata-ta-ta-ta-ta, kata-mata-ra-ra, or whatever. Then it doesn't sound
They
as
always say, "Oh no, oh."
right. It sounds different from Chinese to me. Distinct. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, so that's that, man. So Saint Laurent, Michael, and Christian the Don. His name in French will be Christian. If your name is John, your name in French will be Jean.
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 Like Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Exactly. His name in English would be John Claude Van Damme.
Whoa.
But in French we say Jean, because you get the Bible, the John.
Yeah.
The John, but in French is Jean.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's a lot of and hey. Anyway, about that.
Yep.
The super chat that I sent.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a joke, I don't think that William has APAC money.
Oh, yeah. No, I knew that.
Anthony's a mess. I don't think that Anthony is a Mossad agent. Just for playing. I don't care.
Right.
Really,
yeah.
I don't care. And we'll talk about genocide.
Yeah.
One day. Believe me.
Okay, that sounds good, man.
And there's a lot of things going on with that, with Trump, and I think it's all a big joke, but anyway.
Right on.
We'll talk about that, man.
That sounds good.
Have a nice day, Hake.
All right, man.
And I'm out.
You as well. Heal up, man. Take care.
Yup.
All right. That was Michael in Canada, with a French lesson, because he's French-Canadian. That's why he sounds like that. We're all used to it by now. But, the first time I ever heard Jean-Francois Gullibly, pardon my butchering of your name, JF. He was on The Fallen State a few years back, or several now. I thought he was joking. I was like, what type of accent is this? Is he trolling us? Why is he talking like that? He's talking like a robot. or something. Anyway, let me get to David in Ocala, Florida, on the line over here. David, thanks for calling and holding, sir. You're live.
Can you hear me okay?
I can. You sound great.
All right, you're sort of not so good. But
Oh, so when you were on hold, did you hear me clearly? And then when I put you on air, it sounds bad?
Yeah, it's sort of bad, yeah.
Oh, weird. I wonder if that's what, what's his name was going through too. If Mikhail was going through that too, or not.
Yeah, well, hey, that St. Laurent that he was talking about, there was a prison in Guyana, and that's where they sent Papillon in the movie Papillon. You ever seen that?
No, I haven't seen Papillon. I didn't even know that was a movie. So he got sent to St. Laurent?
They redid it. Yeah, they redid. Yeah, French Guyana. It's called Devil's Island, but you got to see the Steve McQueen one, not the one they just redid. I wouldn't watch that. But,
okay. How do you spell it?
Yeah.
Pappy.
I think it's Papillion or something like that.
Papillon. Oh, okay. Papillon, something like that.
Let me see.
There was a 1973 film, not the 2017 film.
Yeah.
Papillon. Papillon.
Yeah, you want to see the 73 one.
All right.
Also, man, I laid down on the floor of my bathroom because it's tile to get my back straight.
Yeah.
Man. So I like a harder mattress, but my wife, she don't like that, so I lost the war on that one. But I'll lay down. I can actually feel my back crack when I do that, dude.
Yeah.
Fine, go back into place. Laying down on a hard, tile floor.
Yeah, I've started to do a little bit of exercise again. As I've told you guys, walking up like maybe to the park or somewhere, and I'll walk and jog and run, and I will like do squats and push-ups and I'll do like leg lifts. I'll lay down on the pavement, like the sidewalk, this concrete, and like do leg lifts and a little bit of like crunches or whatever, bicycle crunches or something. And when I'm doing the leg lifts, I'll kind of reach for my feet like I mentioned. I'll do this. I can't do it. But and when I'm going back down, I'll feel it kind of adjust. I'll feel my back kind of crack and adjust a little bit. I'm like, oh yeah.
Right.
Anyway, it's good to do like the full range of motion type of exercises, I feel like, to and exert those muscles as well and stretch them a little to keep the activity going so that you can keep on moving. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Nice.
You doing more than 12 push-ups now, or are you still hanging out at around 12?
It's still right around 12. In fact, I did like 10, maybe 12 just the other day. But after that, I do like little bridge things because like part of my concern with doing more is like I feel kind of funny things around my shoulders and my back and stuff. And so like I'll arch my back backwards and then I'll arch it forwards. While I'm doing that, I'll do like a few of those or several of those right after I've done the push-ups before I get up. And so it's like kind of exercising my shoulders and back and stretching my abs and back and stuff a little. So anyway, I mainly do it I limit it that way to avoid because I want to be careful not to get injured. So it's partly, I'm serious. It's
you ain't going to get injured from doing 12 push-ups.
I know. That's why I do 12. I literally used to only do 3 because I would feel stuff in my, I once pulled my armpit. I didn't know you could pull your armpit doing pull-ups. I used to be able to do 12 or 20 or however many pull-ups. Not necessarily all the way, not strictly all the way down. But I would do them fast. I didn't know better. And I pulled my armpit years ago. I'm like, And so anyway, what a mess.
Hey, can you believe it's been 2 years since the Jews got attacked? Or Israel, got attacked?
You know what? Man, it does feel like it's been quite a while. It's crazy, though, that war has been going on 2 years now. The war in Gaza. Yeah. That's crazy, man.
Man, I'm having a hard time with you.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yes.
Not coming in good at all.
You know what? Let me have you hang up and call back.
Yeah, okay, I'll call you back.
Okay, yeah, call me right back.
All right, bye.
All right. Let me, since while we're waiting for David to get back over here, he mentioned the Jews in Israel and the Jews getting attacked on October 7th, 2023. Can you believe it? That was during what? That was during the Biden administration. Remember, we were blaming Biden because we were like, this wouldn't have happened under Trump. And so Hamas, you know, somebody asked in JLP's chat, was it worth it, Hamas? You know? And that's a fair question. Was it worth it? Like, people aren't really sensible. It was senseless to do it. Yeah, you got, like, maybe you're getting some deal out of it. I don't know. Like, some people may come out a little ahead, seemingly, in a worldly sense. But for the most part, a whole bunch of people dead on both sides, more Palestinians than Israelis. And misery and hatred and anger. It's kind of like the white accelerationists. The whites will attack, and the blacks or the Jews or somebody sometimes. One will. Like, usually it's just one. Has there ever been multiple whites doing an attack? Maybe during the church bombing stuff. I don't know. But for the most part, there was no real attack from multiple whites. It's always lone wolves, or should I say lone losers, lone cowards. Ridiculous. I'm mocking the women who call that. Somber day in Israel, blah, 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 blah. You know, October 7th, 2023, I covered that. 250 people hostage, 48 remain hostages. If you want to call the dead people hostages, only 20 believed to be alive. Hamas referred to them as occupation prisoners. Shout out. Some of you guys would probably agree with that characterization. But yeah, Hamas would have no sway if it weren't for those 20 people who are alive, I think. 67,000 Palestinians gone. And Trump did his 20-point peace plan, and so they're really seriously considering it. Trump had given a what is that thing called? Deadline, October 7. Nope. Hamas. Wow, the skim ladies don't care about Israel. They're probably liberal Jews. Israel. Talks towards ending the Gaza war began in Egypt. Yesterday, on the eve of the 2-year anniversary, Israel and Hamas started indirect talks in a Red Sea resort town. So they're not talking directly to discuss Trump's 20-point peace plan. Both sides under pressure to agree to a ceasefire. Also believed to be far apart on key issues, whether Hamas will disarm and the withdrawal of the Israeli troops. Trump is pushing both of them to. I can't seem to get this thing, my trackpad, to work nicely. Maybe because my fingers are like, my grubby fingers, getting my grubby fingers all over this laptop. I feel like I need to calm down. My palms are sweaty. Hamas said they would agree to release their remaining hostages in exchange for a release of Palestinian prisoners held by Israel, but those details still being hashed out. White House pushing for the talks to move quickly. Yeah, that'd be nice. Initial phase likely to take several days per the Morning Brew. Let's see. Hamas. Divided Israel marks 2 years. Yeah, Israel is divided, and just as America is. Yeah, I think you guys are kind of ill-advised to be hating Bibi, because he'll be replaced by some liberal who's lame and ridiculous. And that's not going to be good for anybody, I say. That's my sense about it. I strictly only base it on the fact that Bibi is pretty manly, and everybody who's tried to replace him has been kind of like silly, lame, normie. Bibi's kind of a normie, but phony politician. And and markedly phony, whereas Bibi, at least he presents himself well. Plunged into a devastating war. Yeah, that's for sure. So there are indirect talks in Egypt, main memorial organized by the bereaved families, separate from a ceremony the government will hold next week per the Hebrew calendar. The split reflects deep divisions over Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's leadership, which many blame for the failure to secure a ceasefire that would free the remaining hostages held by the militants. In the Gaza Strip, Israel's retaliatory offensive has killed tens of thousands of people and razed, meaning destroyed, R-A-Z-E-D. Not to be confused with R-A-I-S-E-D, which is raise up. No, this is razed as in destroyed entire towns and cities. Those who can are fleeing another Israeli invasion of Gaza City, while others are sheltering in place. Great. Shall we look at the photos real quick? Photos from 2 years of war between Israel and Hamas bear witness to its horrors. Look at these women holding their hearts and lips and stuff. Why is it so dim? Okay, anyway. Crazy picture. Oh, no, I don't want to see that. People laying in the street. Look, that's got to be Hamas, right? Look at them on a Jeep thing. Mess. When was this? 2023. Wow, so they were like celebrating. Yeah. Here. Okay, anyway, while I actually have David back on the line, I think, in Ocala here. David, thanks for calling. How is it sounding?
It's still messed up, man. If you want, I'll just call you back in the next couple of days. It sounds great through the computer, though, so it's not coming from that. It's in the phone line.
Yeah. Well, if I'm talking closely, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a little bit, but it comes and goes. I'll hear, I'll do my best here. I just want to,
yeah, go ahead.
See. Yeah, I heard somebody compare this war to pretty much this, okay? And this is a good comparison of what's going on, okay? Say some guy, he kills one of my relatives, all right? He lives in an apartment complex that's got 50 apartments in there. And instead of me going and retaliating against him, I just go blow up the whole complex and kill 49 more people.
Oh.
And that's pretty much what's happened, I think. I don't agree with what they're doing. I don't think we should be giving them a dime, maybe a little bit of money, but not to where they got free health care and, all this stuff that Americans don't have.
Oh, okay. So where did you get that free health care thing? You're the second person on my show who said that, I think. Somebody said that.
Some guy I was listening to some guy. It was sort of like that. I mean, I didn't hit it on the head, but think about it. Because they have just, in the 80s when people used to talk about Israel, keep an eye on Israel, man, keep an eye on Israel, because that's where it's all going to start. Okay, that's what they used to say. They in their mind, they couldn't believe the destruction that's went down with this deal, man. All these thousands of people being killed.
Yeah.
So.
But but Hamas kind of embedded themselves among the civilians, I heard.
Yeah, but man, weed them out, dude. You ain't got time to weed them out. Go,
I don't think
weed
so.
them jokers out, man. Don't be letting little kids get killed.
But whose fault is that the little kids are getting killed? Hamas's or Israel's?
Both.
Both?
Yeah, because they're not, their Bible says, the Lord said, love thy neighbor as thyself, okay?
Right.
Now I'm not saying they couldn't retaliate, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But man, this is crazy. And now they're down, I think they're talking about on the news, they're going to get the hostages back. How many? What?
20.
How many they got left alive? 15?
Yeah,
20?
something like that.
Yeah. So it's just it's just a typical governmental issue, just like back in the 50s when they had all these people scared to death, these poor kids in their school rooms crawling underneath their chairs because they thought Russia was going to blow them up.
Yeah, I remember. I remember hearing my mother talk about they had bomb drills where they would get under their desks, kind of like we had earthquake drills in the 80s. Oh, earthquake drill. The bell rings and everybody has to get under their desk.
Right. It's
Yeah.
fear, man. That's a fear tactic, like terror alert elevated after 9/11 running across your screen.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why, Hake, I don't watch any news, man. I don't
Nice.
watch any of that stuff, dude. None of it.
Yeah.
I mean, regular news, I don't pay attention to none of them. It's just propaganda media
Totally.
stuff, okay?
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
What's funny, I was thinking, you mentioned the propaganda. They, Antifa and the mainstream media and the government of Portland arrests, like they talked about after that journalist, the so-called right-wing journalist, was arrested, they referred to him as a right-wing influencer. And so I was starting to think maybe I shouldn't call them Commie Nonsense Network. I should call them left-wing influencer CNN or left-wing influencer
Left-wing
Jake Tapper.
CNN.
Yeah. Rather than calling them media, or journalists, they're just left-wing influencers.
Yeah,
Anyway.
well, I call it like I see it, man. I voted for Trump, and I like Trump, and I'm glad he's there, and Kamala's not in there.
Same.
But, dude, I just drove past in my town. I just drove past on the way to get my wife's car service this morning.
Yeah.
4 or 5 businesses that are closed down, okay? We are not rocking and rolling. I've been in economies that were rocking and rolling, and this is not it, okay?
Yeah.
This is definitely not it. And so that's why I'm upset with our government not caring about Americans first. I mean, I would shut this thing. You know, they have spent us into oblivion, dude. I mean, who gives Chuck Schumer and them or whoever the right to send millions of dollars overseas to these nations? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but, I mean, we vote for these people over and over again. Not that either of us ever voted for Chuck Schumer. We're not New Yorkers and we're not liberals. We're not ridiculous, silly people. Or maybe we are ridiculous, silly people in other senses, though. But yeah, I mean, people, both sides have been funding. All sides really have been funding these other countries and funding mess and meddling in these other countries and making stuff worse for the most part.
Yeah, well, they got to be getting kickbacks, okay? Somebody's
maybe,
getting
I don't
greased.
know. Yeah.
Then they go to parties together. They probably laugh at. They probably laugh. Them peasants. You know, look at them peasants.
Maybe.
You know? Yeah, maybe. Probably right. But you know, it's just America needs to be taken care of first. We do. I mean, I don't have any health care, man. I'm not on any insurance. If something happened to me, man, I'm going to tell them, listen, I'm going to go to the emergency room and tell them, listen, you done gave free insurance to Humberto. The gang share better be giving it to me.
Yeah, I mean, they don't even necessarily use insurance. They just go to the emergency room and the feds reimburse them for it, and then they don't even have to pay for it. You know,
Right,
what a
right.
mess.
Yeah, I had passed a kidney stone about 15 years ago, and I went to the emergency room.
Yeah.
And they tried to ring me up for $5,000. I told them, are you out of your mind? Okay.
Nice.
I was there for 2 hours, dude, and they tried to send me a bill for $5,000. And this was like 2009 or something. You got what I'm saying?
Wow. So what did you end up paying, or what was the result of that?
I ended up paying the doctor $400. Okay.
Oh,
he
good
wanted
for you, man.
He wanted $1,200.
So you got off. They were trying to charge you $5,000, and then you went to the doctor directly, and he wanted $1,200.
No, the doctor at the emergency room wanted $1,200 for coming in and saying, "Hi, my name's Dr. Anderson, and I looked at your X-ray, and you passed the kidney stone. Now give me $1,200."
What the heck? So you talked him down. I'm proud of you, man. That's cool. You talked him down to $400.
Yeah, because I didn't want it on my credit. I finally got a hold of some lady one night and stuck me. But the hospital person tried to get me. Okay.
They tried to send you to collections or something.
Yeah, I didn't want to go into election. Anyway, the hospital lady, she calls me up and says, listen, I'll knock your bill down to $2,500 if you just send me $50 a month, okay? And I said, well, let me think about it, okay? So,
Yeah.
you know, she's got a long list of people. I said, call me back in a few days. I'll let you know. So she calls me back. I say, ma'am, you know what I done figured out? And she goes, what's that? I go, as soon as I send you $50, I entered into a contract, and now I'm gonna owe you the $2,500. So
Wow.
I tell you what, I changed my mind. Okay, you know, I knew if I stood in front of a judge, you know, he would say, you know, Mr. Ridgway, you entered into a contract when you wrote that check and mailed that payment in.
Wow. Yeah.
So I told her, I said, no dice. Okay, if you want to get it down to where, you know, $1,000 or whatever, I'll give you that, but I'm not giving you, you know, and you got to say I'm paid in full.
Nice.
So it didn't work out. It's no big deal, man. You know.
So how'd you get it to 400? That's awesome, man.
I just held, yeah, but I only saved $800 from the doctor. They won't do that no more. This was 15 years ago. Now they'll ring you up. Okay.
Yeah, this is
now
before Obamacare, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Well, it was. He had just came into office.
Right.
Didn't he come in 2008?
He came in 2009, beginning of 2009. He came in. He was elected in 2008. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's about time I passed the kidney stone. It's all his fault.
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah, you know, my wife is in the insurance industry, and she writes all these people's insurance and stuff.
Yeah.
And most of these people wait till the last minute to try to get taken care of. But anyway, it's a mess, dude. I mean, they lied to us. From what I hear now, insurance payment, they're 3 times as much as they used to be. Okay.
Wow.
Compared to before, yeah.
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah, and you remember when he told us you can keep the same doctor if you want and all that? That was another lie.
Big time lie. Even the liberal media admitted that was a lie.
How did these people still back somebody like that just ball-faced stares you in the face, okay, and lies to you?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I mean,
That's crazy.
George Bush Jr. is no better. He's a liar too. Okay,
the
so
W.
I call it like I see it. I'm not some diehard, straight-up Republican. I'm more of a Ronald Reagan and a Trump Republican. You got me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, because Bush is just another lying sack of crap himself, man. He lied to them people. I mean, listen, what a setup. Let me go sit in a first, second grade classroom full of kids so when these buildings go down, I don't look like I'm involved.
I don't know, man. I believe it. I don't necessarily think that's not how it happened.
Well, yeah, I saw it happen that way, but the bottom line is that don't look like a setup from the beginning to get these people all... Dude, like I told you, 15 minutes into after the first plane hit the building, they were already talking about Osama bin Laden. You know,
I don't remember when exactly they started talking about Osama bin Laden. It was kind of early. And they knew about Osama bin Laden, even Bill Clinton. I remember, speaking of blaming people, I remember Bill Clinton knew about Osama bin Laden. Actually, I think they kind of funded him. But anyway.
Yeah, they did. They funded him at first, man. They gave him a bunch of money and stuff. That's another thing. So there's more of our money going, just getting thrown away.
Terrible, man. But anyway, like, they kind of knew about him, and Bill Clinton had the chance to take him out. I don't know if that would have been justified or not at the time, but they claimed that, I remember hearing the news from right-wingers, right, that Bill Clinton had the chance to take him out and didn't do it. Now, I don't know if he should have or shouldn't have, but... Well,
Bill's another stooge, too, okay? He's
of course.
Another man whore, you know, excuse my French. You know, what he needs to be worried about is these 2 boys that got killed on the railroad tracks out there in Arkansas when one of his drug deals, they were flying in these drugs, and these kids must have seen something that they shouldn't have seen, and somebody put them on some railroad tracks, and they got run over by a train.
Whoa.
That's what Mr. Clinton needs to be worried about, okay, because of him, you know, running drugs, okay, allegedly, okay, we'll say allegedly, just like in the movie, that movie you saw with Tom Cruise in it or whatever it was called, I forget what it is. Anyway, he was up to no good in Arkansas, let's just put it that way, when he was the governor. And you know, when you when your bad deeds, okay, draw some innocent people to get killed, I mean, that's when it's really bad, okay?
Yeah.
For you, okay? And, but, that girl, remember that girl, Monica Lewinsky?
Yeah, that 21 or 22-year-old White House intern who allegedly got with Bill Clinton in the wrong way.
Right. Well, she looks better at 50 years old than she did when she was 23, bro.
I agree with you, man. She did. I was
saw
like,
that?
she's not that attractive. Back in the day when we first saw her, Monica Lewinsky. Yeah, look at her. She's all pretty now, sort of. But back in the day, she was like, whatever. Why are you falling for her,
dude,
Bill?
You're right. I'm like, dude, what's up? And now, man, I saw her on an interview. I was like, dang, girl, you aged well. That's how my wife is. My wife is better looking at 40 than she was when she was, because she just, I don't know, man, like fine wine or something like that. Better looking at 40 than she really was when she was like 23.
Yeah.
Crazy. So, some women are like that. They just age well, and I guess other people do too. But listen, man, I'll let you go because of the connection. I got some stuff wrote down, but I'll talk about it the next time I call you up.
All right. Well, sorry for the experience. I wish that we could get it ironed out, but thanks, man. Appreciate your call.
Well, it's about 75% okay now. Before it was about 50% bad. So something's getting better. That's all I can tell you, because I can understand you way better now than before.
Well, I appreciate the feedback on the technical stuff. Thanks, man.
Hey, no problem, man. Y'all have a great day, man.
All right. You too.
All right, later. Bye.
Bye. And Terry in Oregon on the line over here. Terry, how you doing?
I'm all right. How are you, Hake?
I'm fine as well. Thank you.
So I called in to defend Israel.
Thank you. Somebody's got to do it.
I can't. So, it makes me so sick. But, I just, apart from, anything else, I just want, for me as a person, when I think about, the people taken hostage and what they've had to go through and how I would feel if I was taken hostage or somebody I loved was taken hostage, I would want my government to do anything to get them, me back or, those people back that I cared about.
That's a good point.
I don't know. I mean, what are your citizens worth to you?
Yeah.
You're innocent citizens that got taken, brutally and have been tortured, who God knows what done to them, I don't get why people can't understand why Israel would be brutal in that regard, and that I would hope that if that happened to me as an American, that the U.S. would come for me like that.
That is the job of a man, and that is Bibi's job, basically. Yeah, nice. And I think that Trump would do that, because Trump is a peace-loving man, but he's willing to be brutal if and when needed, when he sees fit. He was brutal to those drug boats, those people in those drug boats. Rest in peace to them. But they didn't, they were the objects of his righteous wrath, perhaps, if it's righteous and is whatever, So, fair point, Terry.
I feel like there's just all this selective empathy with the Israel-Palestine conflict, and because people have decided their team already, and they've decided that Israel is bad.
Yeah.
That they don't have any empathy for the people of Israel or the victims, on the Israeli side, even though they have way more in common. I mean, you and I and most Americans have way more in common with the average Israeli than a Palestinian.
Yeah.
So we don't empathize with them for some reason, or we can't understand their horror or their grief or what they went through on October 7th. It's just amazing to me, the selective empathy and the way people will get all upset about seeing some, images of war that are coming out of Palestine, and they weren't equally horrified when it came out on October 7th. you know, all the images that we were seeing then, like that didn't horrify them.
Yeah. People don't really, because the people are emotional people are always, they always play favorites. They're always actually vicious towards some and not others, and not righteously vicious either. And so they're, you know how people are racist, so-called? People always have their favorites, play favorites, and evil people play favorites. And so they're not fair, they're not just. And you know what? There's a lot of propaganda on Twitter and elsewhere. I perused this one guy's Twitter feed, and it's all just this nasty, brutal, ugly, anti-Israel propaganda, showing Israel doing bad things or bad things happening to Israeli soldiers or whatever. And it's like nasty, ugly, celebratory stuff. But he thinks he's awake. This person whose feed I was perusing, he thinks he's awake because he's noticed what the Jews have been up to, but he's still angry and evil. It's terrible.
Well, I didn't hear any of that because the connection is pretty bad. Just like David was saying, I'm having trouble. It did get better for a while, but I'll listen to it on the catch up. I think I'll let you go.
Okay, well, thank you, Terry. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right. Take care.
All right, later, Hake.
Bye. I wonder, that makes me hesitate to get to Zenny, man. I feel like I'm going to try something. Because Anchor Baby is not here, right? Anchor Baby is probably out. I'm going to play... Okay, I'm going to turn off Stack and turn it back on, I guess, or something. I don't know. It's terrible. In the meantime, let me play some, like, I don't know, AI music or something for you guys. Let's play something soft and sad for you guys. I'll be right back. Hang on. Turn on and off. I'll try it. So, Zenny, you're gonna have to call back in a sec. I turned it off. Call back after a little bit. Let me turn it back on. How long shall I leave it off? I'll be right back, okay? I'm gonna see a man about a horse, and I'll come right back. Okay, so I've turned it back on. It's booting up. Let's see if it connects, all right? and then we'll see if you can call in or not. We'll see if this fixes the issue. Okay. So you can call in, and we'll see if it irons out the issues. The problem with this track is that it just has like an abrupt ending. I'll let it play until the end. It keeps on sounding like it's gonna end, but then it doesn't. You hear it? Look at the beautiful crow. Or raven. San Onofre. Let's see, how close am I to the end? And then I'll get to your calls, I think. Yeah, 5 seconds. Listen. You hear that? You call that an ending? So anyway, thank you guys for bearing with me through that strange interlude. Let me get to ZENNY in Canada, who's on the line here. ZENNY, how am I sounding? Oh, hold on. Complicated business.
Staticky. A little staticky still, but I can hear you. I can understand.
Well, let's try it then.
Work.
Okay, cool.
In the spirit of selective empathy,
yeah,
that TERRI was talking about. I love TERRI. TERRI's my sister in Christ, but
nice.
You know, when you're talking about selective empathy, but you're not empathizing with the Palestinian portion of the situation, then how are you not, doing selective empathy yourself? I mean, there's a lot to be said about what's happened in that area, in that Israel-Palestine, and one could argue that it all started in 1948 with the Nakba, when imagine you're living somewhere, and then all of a sudden the British come and say, hey, these people have a right to your home, and they're going to take it from you by force, right?
Uh-huh.
You'd be livid. You'd be livid. You'd want to go to war about that. You'd want to fight for your home, and I can empathize with Palestinians for wanting to do that. But so when we transfer to today, we're talking about October 7th. We can't talk about October 7th without realizing that your boy Bibi Netanyahu gave a stand-down order to the military at the border to not be patrolling the most well-protected border in the entire world. Israel they know that they have Hamas right at their doorstep. They have the military there. They have the most well-enforced border, yet they let people fly over their border in these makeshift, what did they have? They had
hang gliders.
Hang gliders. Bro, you can shoot that down with a gun. With a M16, you can shoot them down. Or they have tons of weapons that could possibly shoot them down. These are the same people that can put a bomb in every Hezbollah member's pager, yet they did not have the intelligence to know that Hamas was going to attack them that day. They knew that they were coming. They gave a stand-down order. There's videos of soldiers testifying, saying that they were given a stand-down order not to patrol the border. So you have to put that into your empathy about what's going on. They sacrificed their own people to allow them to do what they're doing to the Palestinians today, so they could ethnically cleanse Palestine. Those are the facts. You cannot deny that. You cannot deny saying that Israel had the most well-protected border, and then all of a sudden they're just letting these people stream across, and they're only responding 6 hours later. How is that? How the IDF, they're the best, most moral army in the world? Yeah, right. Or at least their leaders aren't, because they gave them the order to stand down, and they were only responding 6 hours later. That just does not make sense to me at all.
I can't say whether it makes sense or not. I don't know. I don't know what the situation. I can't. I'm not with you on saying that. It sounds like you're saying Bibi knew it was coming and he purposely let it happen to have an excuse to go in and and ethnically clear out the area of those problem people. Is that what your contention is?
It seems so.
It may be. It may be. I don't know.
But like, do you think that Israel had the most well-protected border in the world?
Maybe. Yeah, I kind
of think so. They have
a
giant wall. They have soldiers. I mean, like I've seen the wall. Like there's soldiers.
You've been there?
Like I've been to Israel twice.
Wow. Is that because you're Jewish too, or why?
Yeah.
Or because you're Christian?
I got a free trip. I got a free trip because I'm Jewish. All Jews get a free trip to Israel. It's called birthright.
Nice. So who flew it? Who paid your way? The government or what?
Some Jewish billionaire, I'm sure. I don't know.
You don't even know.
I don't even know who's.
When did you turn anti-Israel?
When did I turn anti-Israel? It would have to be somewhere in the last year or so, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
In the last year. I mean, listening to a lot of, I've been listening to Nick Fuentes for years, but I mean, I was never like super anti-Israel or anything like that. I was like, oh yeah, I mean, like Jewish people have power. They're kind of using it the wrong way, but you know.
Yeah.
I think it's more when you kind of start seeing it, like living in Canada, we're really seeing the disastrous effects of like liberalism now.
And we're seeing the people and liberalism is a result of Jewish people being disproportionately in power up in Canada.
It seems so. It seems, well, I'm not saying just Jews, but like Jews did create Marxism, which led to socialism, which leads to all this woke ideology. And, you know, you see the people who the first transgender surgery was performed by a Jewish person in Germany on a Jew.
Terrible. So they're doing it to them. So that indicates that they are blind too. They're blind leaders of the blind.
Yes, and this leads me to a verse I was quoting today in the JLP chat that I think is very applicable.
Okay.
It's 1 Thessalonians 2:15, who killed both the Lord Jesus and the prophets and harassed and drove us out, and they continue to be highly displeasing to God and to show themselves hostile to all people. And I think he's referring to the Jews there. And I mean, you could say that, yeah, he's talking about the Jews back then, but like someone else mentioned, they've continued this bloodline from that time to now, and they're kind of practicing the same thing. They're practicing, they don't accept Jesus Christ as Lord. In fact, they hate Jesus. You mention Jesus to a Jewish person, they just get all uncomfortable. It's like you can just see it on their faces. They just, oh, this person's trying to convert me. Jesus, they're trying to say that I killed Jesus. You can just see it on them. Like it's just apparent. Like it's like they have like this demonic reaction to Jesus Christ.
But it's not just to Jesus that they're reacting to. Like you just said, they're like, oh, they're going to accuse me because there's nasty people who accuse them. And that part has nothing to do with Jesus. Because Jesus is not accusing them.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus is a better person than I mean, Jesus is the Word, and this is part of the Word, where he's saying, who both killed the Lord Jesus and the prophets, drove us out, and please not God, and are contrary to all men. I think that part of the end is very, very important. Contrary to all men. It kind of seems like God put a curse on them where they will be hated and they are contrary to all men. They do things that are contrary to our very existence as people, like the way they kind of promote the illegal immigration and stuff like that. Like I remember I had a friend, Jewish friend back in the day, whose dad was like a big, his big claim to fame was that he's like a big immigration, refugee, asylum guy, and it's just like, man, that's not great. Like it's not been helping us out that much. Like it's like having a bunch of refugees and asylum seekers has not been great for Canada, I'll tell you that much. Like I walk around my neighborhood now, you sit in the park, you walk around, everyone who walks by you with their kids is not speaking English.
Wow, what a mess.
It's super disconcerting. Like as someone who like grew up in Canada and only speaks English, it's just like I don't speak French like Michael or this guy over there gave you the French lesson. I apologize on behalf of Canada for that, guys. We kind of dislike the francophones for all that mess.
That's funny, man.
But yeah, you know, you walk around your neighborhood, it's like a bunch of Indians, there's a bunch of Mexicans, a bunch of Latino people who only got here like 5 years ago and they have 2 kids. It's just like, who is doing this? Who is allowing this to be happening? Our politicians are allowing it to happen, and they're not necessarily all Jews, But something tells me that some Jew has some type of video of them doing something bad, and they're making them like. Why would you just do all this stuff against your own country? You're obviously harming your country. The Liberal Party literally just voted. Okay, let me tell you what the Liberal Party just voted for.
Okay,
they voted against ending their crazy bail laws. The conservatives put a motion to say, okay, 3 strikes and you're out. You know, you do violent crime or some crime 3 times, we're going to put you in jail for a long time. The liberals voted against that.
Yeah.
They want people out on the street committing crimes, and violent crime has gone up 55% in Canada.
Yep.
Also, the conservatives put a motion, let's take off some of the taxes on groceries because groceries are getting insane in Canada. Like, it's outpacing inflation by like 2% or something like that.
Wow. Okay.
And, yeah, like half a pound of ground beef costs like $10 here. And so they put this motion for it. The liberals voted against that. They want grocery prices to stay high. It's just like why? It's like they're just literally acting like they hate us. Like they hate Canadians. They just don't want us to have a good standard of life.
It's
like, why would
interesting,
you
man.
do that?
And so your theory as to why these non-Jews are voting for this insanity is because you think it's blackmail. I think people are. If you think about it, though, the Jews are doing stuff contrary to themselves, too. Such as, well, one of them turned transgender, according to you.
Yeah.
Like the first one, according to you, was a transgender, was a Jewish guy transgendering another Jewish guy. That's contrary to themselves. So people don't necessarily, bribery is not the only evil that makes you vote for evil, you know? Bribery is one of the evils that makes you vote for evil, or blackmail. You said. I mean, there's bribery, there's blackmail, there's blindness too, man. All people, including Jews and non-Jews, are blind and will vote for their own self-destruction. And you can say, oh, Jews have a leading role in the deception where people become deluded enough to vote in for their own self-destruction, but at the
sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Pardon me for saying at the end of the day. I was pausing because I was trying not to say at the end of the day. It's evil in the hearts of all people.
Right.
Yeah.
But I guess anyway. Like when people are apt to like call out blacks for being, you know, for their part in the evil, where they're actually like the ones doing the violent crime on the streets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You got to call out the people that are 0.22% of the population, but are running all the like transgender, you know, like you look at who's running these transgender like organizations. Antifa is a Jewish organization that came up in Germany against the Nazis, and now look at them.
Yeah.
This is what the children of Antifa are doing. They're literally destroying Portland. They're destroying where TERRI lives, you know. TERRI, your precious Jews they're the ones who created Antifa and keep it running today, George Soros and stuff. So I mean, yeah, we gotta like I have empathy for both sides. Like I can see
me too.
Like I see the Jews in Israel. I have friends there still, and I'm like, I don't want them to be killed by a Hamas terrorist or whatever.
Yeah.
But I also don't want, you know, them to be bombing kids in Palestine. I just don't think both sides are right in that sense. But I think Bibi is keeping this thing going so he doesn't go to jail. I mean, everyone's saying that if this war ends, he's going to jail for corruption right after. So it seems like he's doing a lot to just keep the war going, and I don't think he really cares about the hostages that much. He's using them as an excuse.
Do you think those corruption charges are real, or is it kind of like a politics? They're trying to get him on anything.
I don't really know the details too much. I haven't looked into it, but the people who I trust, they say that they're legit and he's going down. So, I mean, I haven't looked into it personally myself.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he seems kind of evil, man. He doesn't seem very masculine. He seems like we talked about last time. We talked about evil is a feminine attribute. So if he's willing to do whatever to keep himself in power and to like maybe keep his people in power, then that's not a very masculine attribute. That's not being right. That's not what Jesus would do.
I don't know. I don't know if he's doing this just to stay in power. I do know that they've been trying to take him out, you know, with the corruption thing, and they voted him out temporarily, and then they got him back in, and then all kinds of stuff.
How long has he been prime minister?
20 some years. It's been like
20 years.
Yeah, it's been like since like the early 2000s.
Way. Really? I gotta look I gotta look that up.
Something like that.
No way.
Yeah, he's kind of like Putin, I think. If I'm not
Yeah, he's
mistaken.
like a dictator now. He's
I don't
a
know.
dictator of Israel.
I see him as pretty manly, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I
Prime
really
Minister since 2020. What?
kind of off and on. Okay, so he was
off and on. Yeah, he was 1996, 99, and then 2009 to 2021. Netanyahu is Israel's longest-serving prime minister.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like you say that he can be replaced by someone who's more liberal. I mean, I don't know. I think they definitely need a little bit of a change. Like they definitely need a change in that area. We need to see some changes. We need that war to end.
That's why I'm glad that I am comforted that Trump is in charge. Not that I'm really all that concerned about the situation. There's nothing I can do about it, you know. I don't really sit and think about it that much. I get that we're supporting, you know, the American government is supporting them, but even that, there's nothing I can do about it. So like, I'm glad though.
Matters, Hake.
I'm glad. What's that?
Your vote matters.
Yeah. Yeah, my California vote for Trump really mattered. But I'm happy for all sides, for all people, that Trump is in there to do something good.
What about the Epstein files, though, bro? We need those Epstein files.
Why? I don't care about Epstein stuff.
Oh, come on! I'm gonna bring up some video of you saying you care, like 4 years ago.
You can probably find me saying I don't care about 4 years ago. Remember Skip from Atlanta, Georgia?
Kinda.
He called in about them because he was talking about the Jews a lot.
Yeah.
And that was a time when you couldn't even really mention Jews. But anyway, he's like, the Epstein kids. What about kids? I'm like, I don't care, man. What the? Because
why do you care about the kids, bro?
Because one, they're not kids. They're like underage girls. Okay, underage girls are evil.
They're still impressionable young women.
I get you. I'm with you on that. But
and they need our guidance. They need our protection and guidance.
They don't need
your glib attitude.
They don't need our guidance. They needed their parents' guidance, and their parents failed them. That's why they fell into the hands of Epstein. You know, so if you really wanted to protect Gentile women, as Mark from Los Angeles calls them,
yes,
then you should encourage the parents to be responsible, not treat these lying women as victims, because now they've grown up to be liars and victims.
I don't think they're lying. Well, what do you mean they're lying? Lying about what?
Well, they're crying, they're lying. There was one woman who was, as Michael Tracy, a liberal journalist, independent journalist, called Virginia Roberts Giuffre, the woman who killed herself. He called her a serial fabricator.
Herself.
Right, but anyway, but he called her a serial fabricator. Like she, according to Michael Tracy, she fabricated, which sounds like lying, all kinds of different things. Like this whole theory is based on her testimony, they say, and her testimony is in some cases been thrown out. She's had to cough up money.
It's not just her testimony, though. It's multiple women who have testified.
But women, you're not necessarily supposed to believe just based off their accusations.
But when it's like hundreds of them, you gotta investigate. And why is Ghislaine Maxwell in jail right now? Because they convicted her of being Epstein's madame and procuring these women. So
for him, but not necessarily for others.
Okay.
Maybe.
No, I don't think it was just for him. We all know that this guy was very connected. So. He had Bill Clinton on his flights. He had all these people on his flights, on his island. This guy had his own island where he invited all these people.
Little St. James
these women.
Was the name of the island. Little St. James. Did you know?
Yeah, Epstein Island, bro. Yeah. Epstein Island.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's more to it, but even Kash Patel. What do you think of Kash Patel? He's like,
we'll see you in Valhalla. We'll see you in Valhalla.
Didn't you love that?
Yeah, I don't trust that guy with his big old eyes, looking all weird and stuff.
I know. I don't trust him either.
That guy's a liar, bro. That guy's Indian. I don't trust him.
Yeah, I know. I don't trust him either.
I do not trust that non-Christian Indian guy, Kash Patel. That guy's a goof. I know. Man. Nah, no way.
Don't say goof, Canadian kids. I'm not calling you a kid. I'm talking about the kids in Canada who may be listening. But anyway. Yeah, but remember Kash Patel, there was this clip that said, when he was not FBI director, he's like to the Biden administration, put on your big boy pants and tell us who the pedophiles are. And now that he's in there, he's like, well,
there are no pedophiles.
At this time, it seems like he only trafficked to himself.
Yeah, see, that doesn't, yeah. Now
I believe it.
There is no such thing as a pedophile. Like, it's like, bro, like, it's made a total, 180.
Do you agree with me, technically, well, in your sense of things, a young woman who's young, but she's still like a young woman, is different from a kid?
I mean, underage is underage. I mean, there's
right.
Yeah,
I know, but in your sense, I'm with you. Underage is underage, and you shouldn't mess with it. I'm with you on that. But it's different from like a little kid, like an 8-year-old or a 9-year-old or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, there's different in age, different ages, different in understanding for sure. Like,
but I'm talking about the difference. I'm talking about the difference in getting sexual with a little kid versus underage.
No.
There's no difference?
Nope.
I think there's a big difference. One is
okay. Well,
one is very perverted.
They can quote you on that. One is
because look at the olden days. The Virgin Mary, for example, people speculate that she may have been under 18. Mm-hmm. Would you call Joseph a pedophile? I don't think that's fair.
Well, I mean, but you can't take those standards and apply them to today when people.
I know,
living,
but
like,
I'm talking about
double the length of life.
Like, I know. I'm with you.
Things are different now.
I'm totally with you.
Now.
I'm with you. We shouldn't. And I'm against sex out of wedlock. Period. So all these people are perverts.
Exactly. They're adulterers and they're pedophiles.
But I think that pedophile is thrown around too much because you guys start to say, oh, they were 14. There's no proof that they were 14. Maybe there's some who may have been 14. There's people who say, oh, one was like 11. And I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just saying that people make up stuff.
I feel like it's a very slippery slope to go down. It's just like you go underage, and then you're just of course you're just gonna go down and down and down. You're just like, yeah, it's just wrong. No matter how you slice it, it's just wrong. It shouldn't be done. It shouldn't be it shouldn't be a thing. People shouldn't be doing that. We have laws for a reason.
I know, but sometimes these laws are a slippery slope going up. You notice how they make people into children. They're calling 20 and 30-year-olds kids. People are.
Well, not legally, but people on the MSM, the mainstream media, yeah, they're calling them kids.
Yeah, people call them college kids. And I get that college people are immature, their brains aren't fully developed or whatever, and they're all puffed up on pride. But Obamacare was keeping adult offspring under their parents' health care, so-called, until 26 years old. And it's just like infantilizing people so that they never grow up until after their eggs are dried up.
Yeah, I mean, and yeah, I do agree that people they're less mature. They're expected to be less mature now in this modern time than they were in like even 50, 100 years ago. People grew up a lot faster. So that might be where you're talking about that difference would be, Now,
I don't think so. Anyway, to get back to your point about the selective stuff, you know how I have joked, I stand with Israel, shout out Palestine. I think that TERRI and I both have, I don't like the word empathy, it's a liberal word, but we both have, if we have love for anyone, if we're Christians, then we love the Palestinians too, and we stand with Trump and we should end the war. And
yeah, I think that's definitely that's a Christian attitude. I mean, I think when Christians see the images of people starving and people trying to get aid and they're being shot, which does happen.
Yeah.
They're like, that's just wrong. I mean, like Nick Fuentes is not a free Palestine from the sea, river to the sea,
right.
Putting the flag up and stuff like that. But he just as a Christian, I see images like that and I just know that it's wrong. It just it hits the heart. It's just I don't want to see that happening, and it shouldn't be happening. And also, conversely, you do see a lot of stuff of Israeli people on they're on these chat things with people, and they're saying stuff like, "Oh, we should kill all the Palestinians." Yeah, I don't care. I've killed 3 kids.
Right.
I was in the army, and it's just yeah, that's just wrong. You don't even if you have to do things like that, you shouldn't be boasting about it on some chat forum on the internet. That's just horrible.
I bet you a lot of those soldiers are young people who've just turned dark. I heard that that's what happened in Vietnam, according to the propaganda. Whether it's true or false propaganda, I don't know. But the liberal media was telling me, and the history books, I guess, or these movies were talking about how some of these American soldiers and other soldiers in Vietnam killed kids and innocent people and women and just families and villages just because they just got sick of it, didn't know who was the enemy, and some of them could be terrorists against them or whatever, and so they just turned vicious. And so that's that's a common evil thing that I'm not surprised to hear about.
Imagine if we had X when Vietnam was going around. You probably see some crazy videos, right?
Yeah.
So I definitely understand what you're saying. Hake, let me give you some props. Like I gotta say, you're my favorite Bond person to talk to because you actually let me talk. You actually let me put my piece out there. I don't feel like I'm being rushed or gaslighted or anything like that. So I gotta give you props, man. Much love.
All right, Zenny, appreciate it. Take care.
All right, brother. Peace.
All right. Some super chats, guys. Before I get back to the calls, we have some stuff going on in the world, and I gotta. I didn't like scrolling through this AP photos because there's like photos of these like dead people and stuff. It's seemingly terrible. So I was kind of scrolling through it fast when I was on the phone with old David in Ocala, Florida. But if we mosey on over to the HakeReport.com and then go to buymeacoffee.com / The Hake Report. Gregatron bought a coffee. Thank you, Gregatron. And this is before the show started. Talking about guilty as charged. No. Remember that story you covered yesterday about the cop? I covered this on the Jesse Lee Peterson show, and I guest hosted, who was allegedly, quote unquote, stalking that single mother. Beautiful single mother. That's the first thing I noticed about her. She's pretty. I'm like, why are you so pretty, single mother? No wonder the guy's stalking you and he's like a lame-o, Allegedly. Shout out. No offense if you're listening to the show. At Riverside, was that? After she filed the lawsuit against him or charges or whatever she did, he should have said, guilty as charged. And the cop should have said, the judge should have said, no. In the same way that Caitlin Clark, Caitlin with the C, actually, and know why, I think. Caitlin Clark's stalker said, LOL, lots of laughs, laughing out loud. What do you think about that, Hake? Nice. Can you please play that clip with Caitlin Clark guy in the courthouse? That always cracks me up. And I'm going to show you a picture. I think this is the one that has her with her heart. Caitlin Clark is the WNBA star, okay? Little Miss Perfect, Caitlin Clark. Except she's injured, like a lame-o. These fragile whites, what happened to us? Anyway, what's wrong with men stalking these pretty women? I don't stalk women, they stalk me, says Gregatron. Here's, this is the thing.
Morning, Mr. Lewis.
Guilty as...
No. Sir. This is the initial hearing.
He's like, guilty as... Who wouldn't stalk that? She's giving us mixed signals. She's giving us a heart sign. I'm looking at a photograph of Caitlin Clark wearing her Iowa 22, and she's doing the hands together where the fingers are kind of together, making a heart shape. This guy saw that, and he couldn't resist. Watch, he does it like right-angled, 90-degree turns like he's in the military, walking into the courthouse. Walking. What a kook. Sits down.
Mr. Lewis.
Guilty as...
No.
Guilty
Sir.
as charged.
This is the initial hearing. We are not.
Funny.
You have a right to remain silent, and I expect you to exercise that. Okay, this is...
He's going to say, throw the book at me.
Just telling you what the charges are. You do not listen. I'll give you a chance to talk. Not your time. Stop talking.
Do you hear that? He's all, throw me the bookie. It's kind of quiet here. Let me crank it. You're going to hear the judge all loud because she's on a mic and he's kind of far away. So he's not really getting picked up. Let me play it one more time.
You a chance to talk. Not your time. Throw me the bookie. Stop talking.
And she's like a impatient mother or wife or something. Throw me the bookie, he said. Let me repost this. This is from several months back, right? This was January. Is that what that is? January 14th, 2025. Unlimited L's. A bunch of different people posted about this. Caitlin Clark's alleged stalker from the beginning of this year declares himself guilty as charged during his courtroom appearance in Indianapolis. I don't want bond, bail, whatever. I'm here. I'm staying. Michael Thomas Lewis, 55, faces stalking charges, level 5 felony. Level 5. Dang, that's top level felony. No, I don't know. For targeting Indiana Fever star. And she's a star, right? She's the first legitimate WNBA star, perhaps. Other than the woman who got arrested and loaded up with drugs in Russia. According to charges, Lewis terrorized, frightened, or threatened Caitlin Clark, causing her reasonable fear of sexual battery. Don't give her reasonable fear of sexual battery. At one point, he told the courtroom, throw me the bookie. With a Y. I would have spelled it with an I-E. What's his name? Michael Thomas Lewis, age 55. And Caitlin Clark is not 55. She's in her 20s. She's a bit young for him, maybe. I mean, especially since he's not, like, rich, I don't think. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, Lewis claimed you got the wrong guy after he noticed there was no junior attached to his name. In his court records. That's funny. Oh, so they smeared his father and not him. He dishonored his father's name. Marion County Superior Court Judge Angela Davis, that's a recognizable name, not to be confused with another Angela Davis, entered a not guilty plea on his behalf due to his behavior. So you wonder if he was just hamming it up just to get off easy, or if he was just hamming it up because he's crazy. Or because he thinks he's funny, which I think he's funny a little bit. He was held on bond, $50,000 bond, and must stay in Indiana. I think he's from like Texas or somewhere, or some other state, Oklahoma or something, with a GPS monitor if released. How humiliating, you know, you're a 55-year-old grown man, middle-aged man, and this is him. Look at that photo. That's not a very good. Here, let me close that. Lord. He looks sort of, I don't know what type of man this is in terms of his, Lord, in terms of his race or whatever. I mean, he's white enough, you know. It's white enough, but it's terrible. But a 55-year-old man humiliates himself searching, being all into her, Caitlin Clark, and then he has to face a female judge. Anyway, so guilty as charged. Stalker. Okay, anyway, I got to keep it moving, guys. Pardon my rush. Throw me the bookie. H to the nah, says Gregatron. Thank you, Gregatron. Very nice. Okay, so Cesar or Cesar. Sup, Hake? Coffee from Cesar or Cesar. What's up? I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, but did you know that Trump's grandmother's last name is Christ? Really? Those things you feel on your arms and back while doing push-ups is called muscles. Hey, get over it, you beta. Joking, LOL. Yeah, man. Here's my recommendation. Oh, yeah, sometimes, like, if I exercise a bit too much, like, my neck will get stiff. Anyway, but don't try me. I'm stronger than I may look, maybe, or I may surprise you, or it's about placement. Anyway, here's my recommendation. Make sure you don't hurt yourself while doing your little push-ups, laughing with tears. Walk at least a mile to warm your body up. Oh, I do that. I definitely walk and jog like a mile and a half or more. Maybe even like 2.5 miles sometimes, sort of. After that, do at least 50 jumping jacks. Oh, good idea. Nice idea. Lastly, start your push-up sets, but make sure you always breathing in through your nose and out of your mouth. You should be breathing like that while walking and doing the jumping jacks. Have a safe day, everyone. Smiling with cheerful, closed eyes. Such cheerful eyes that they're closed. Nice. Thank you, Cesar or Cesar. Very nice. And popcorn. So thank you for the exercise tips, Cesar. Popcorn. During your soapbox style commentary yesterday on the Women, Infants, and Children WIC program, I think you unintentionally really laid bare the misunderstanding people have about programs like that and who they support, maybe whom. Before reading the article about how the shutdown would affect the program, you went straight into a feelings-based rant about WIC, Women, Infant, Children. The food stamps thing. And why do they need food assistance? Because they run off the men, ! You then proceeded to read an article about a woman and her husband who received WIC as a supplement for their 3-year-old child. Nobody was run off, quote unquote. Oops, says he. You then pivoted to, I don't know about this, and why are they calling her by her last name, these feminists? And I'm not sure I like this family. And why is she talking to the media? Distractions from the article itself? Not really. I could see the wheels turning as you looked over the article and realized it ran counter to the narrative you wanted to present about WIC program and whom it benefits. No, man, you're thinking that you're reading my mind. I didn't even think twice about it. Yes, a husband and wife can both work and have to scrape to make ends meet. That's a reality. Thanks, liberalism, right? I'm glad you read the article live and reacted to it in real time. You brought up the WIC website, looked at the pictures, and went, look at these gals. I know, they were looking ridiculous, all liberal. Again, no substance to your opposition other than emotion. What? That's all they had was emotion. That whole website was just a bunch of emotion. Feel-good pictures. You saw something, then highlighted beneficiaries of the program, and you dug your heels in even more. Again, always blaming the woman. What's up with that, Hake? Because they're evil. They voted for this evil thing called Women, Infant, and Children Act. Look at it in the name, Women, Infant, Children. I'm against WIC because, fill in the blank, remove the emotion. Because it's not the government's job to feed families. It's the man's job. There's women in the workforce. The more women you put in the workforce, the more that you so-called need the women to be in the workforce, because you artificially up the ability of people to spend. When you artificially up the ability of people to spend, the prices go up. And the more the prices go up, the more you need the people to work. The more you work, the more you have to work. These women, suckers. And then the more you subsidize food, the more you're raising the costs of food. Because that money is not productive money, it's undermining money. Government spending causes inflation. These social programs are like 60-something% of the government. It's insane. It doesn't make any sense. Make sure you catch the American Anchor, baby. He is coming on. He is streaming from the lab. He will be anyway. Very nice. What's up, Puntho King? What's up, T-Fly Monkey Smoke? Oh, Smokey. Slave to him. Let's see. Age of Inversion. Piece in the Puzzle. Piece in the Puzzle says, this may help popcorn. This may be a good point from Piece in the Puzzle. WNBA is actually a terrifying insight into the women's aim of government control. Watch black chicks resisting arrest on body cams too, and you can see their strategies in full force. It will be frightening. They're fighting like crazy. They're subsidized by the NBA, the men. These women are subsidized by the men. It's not right. Terrible. Nobody wants to watch them. Nobody likes them. Nobody trusts them. Nobody believes them. They have no authority. These women, like their little skinny hands, shaking hands, acting like they're in charge, chiefs of police, DAs, so-called judges. It's ridiculous. This female judge who's in charge of the Trump blocking. I almost said a different word. National Guard blocking the men from enforcing the law. So are you a wick simp, Popcorn? A simp for the women? What's with that? That's odd. Why do you think that the men shouldn't be the ones taking care of the children and the women? Oh man, women in charge. Horrible. Liberalism is a woman idea. That's why people complain about the Jews, because they're like a woman-oriented culture. And the Hispanics and the blacks now, it's like crazy. Communists. Where the government replaces is mama. The government is mama. People say, oh, the government's replacing the dad. No, the government's not the dad, because the government's not even enforcing the law, only selectively. They selectively enforce the law. So this female judge who's stopping Trump from going into the bringing the National Guard into Portland, Oregon, she's like, this is a manufactured crisis. A manufactured crisis. Why? A manufactured crisis is when you cause a problem and then you say, hey, look, there's a problem. You manufactured the crisis. Liberalism manufactures the so-called need for women, infant, children. That's a manufactured crisis. But you manufactured the crisis, Trump. How did you manufacture it? By enforcing our immigration laws, increased immigration action. That's according to some reporter I heard on the news yesterday. Some reporter claimed that this female judge, Karen, whatever her name is, Trump-appointed judge, that was a mistake. You got to vet him better. He was advised by the wrong people, lame-o, simp, rhinos. She's like, you manufactured this crisis. It's not that bad. It's not an insurrection. Yes, it is an insurrection. Enforce the law, and anybody who fights against the enforcement of the law, that's an insurrection. Basically, right? Especially when it's a just law, like getting the illegals out of here. Thank you to Neo. What's up, Neo? Neyyo? Or is it Neo? Happy Tuesday. Thanks as always. Oftentimes we'll raid the stream. Very cool. What's up, Rita? Punt Ho King. I think I already said hi to you. Jim in Alaska. Is Nicole over there? Sometimes. Yep. What's up, Kilo Alpha Tango Aries 1 Chirp Alert of 5,000? I'm a fan of this. Let me show this guy to you guys real quick. Let's see. Yeah. I'm not really into D-Live like that, but if we mosey on over to D-Live, is this the Hake Report? Lord. DLive.tv/the Hake Report. I like this guy. Here, let me move myself out of the way. This guy. That's the guy from, that's the journalist from old, what's his name, right? From old Spider-Man. Hey, look, there's one of my old, anyway. Nice, huh? Hey, thanks for the lemons. Chirp Alerter 5,000. He's redlining it. Whoa. What type of pictures are you sending in there, Kilo Alpha Tango? Not sure. But cool, huh? That's that guy from, I never really watched the Spider-Man 90s TV show. He talked to himself too much. I liked the Spider-Man from the 80s TV show where I don't even remember him talking. Probably because I never really watched it, but nice. Look at that. You see it? Oh, man. Nice. That's the newspaper owner or guy. Nice. Anyway, did I satisfactorily answer your question? Women, infant, children. The government shouldn't. That's ridiculous. And anytime that both sides are supporting something, that's evil. And just because there's one instance, and they cherry picked one instance where it was a married couple, and that's all that they receive. That's the only government assistance they receive. They picked the most nicey nice version of WIC recipient, and I still didn't fall for it because I'm not the emotional one, Popcorn Stump Keg. You're the emotional one. Intellectuals are emotional. Boom! In your face. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully that's a satisfactory answer. Anyway, back to the coffee. Cesar or Cesar bought a coffee. Here's some pushback that I have for Sweet Terry. It's been confirmed by numerous news sources like AP, far left, liberal leftist influencer AP, so-called news, that on October 12th, shortly after the war started, Hamas floated the idea to release all women and children hostages. Lame. In exchange for all the women and children Israel had captured, but Netanyahu's government denied it. Based. Don't fall for the women and children propaganda. Seemed like Bibi could use some of that empathy that TERRI has so much of. Empathy is a liberal word. Bibi has love. Is Bibi a Christian? I wonder if he's a Christian. He's so tough. It's not hate, but just some informative, friendly pushback, says Cesar or Cesar. No, Bibi's manly. He's like Trump. He puts the smack down. He doesn't fall for this women and children stuff. I don't buy AP. That's propaganda. AP believes in transgender and illegals. They don't call illegals what they are. They call transgenders what they're not. And they believe that racism exists. AP is not to be trusted. They're anti-American. They're anti-white. They're anti-Christian. But anyway, yeah, I don't care about women and children. That's dumb stuff. That's liberal woman propaganda to pull on your emotions, as if it's better to keep men and abuse and kill men. No, it's not better. That's ridiculous. So thank you, Cesar or Cesar. Women and children, Hamas. Because Hamas will not, they'll kill the men, but they'll only R-word and marry and kidnap the women. Well, I don't know about Hamas, but Boko Haram and all them, you know? So anyway, let me get back to the calls here. Jermaine in Canada on the line here. Jermaine, thank you for calling and holding, sir. What's up? Are you there? Let me put him on hold. I think he's on mute. I think he has me on mute. Let me get to William, number 7, out of California. William, I believe this is number 7. How you doing, sir?
I am good. Can you hear me all right?
It's okay. Can you hear me all right, or am I staticky?
Yes, I can.
Nice.
Well, I have Verizon.
Based.
So I don't know if that has something to do with the connection. That's what I'd be asking the callers, what cell phone towers they got going on.
Yeah.
So, hey, I was just curious. You said you had to go look at a horse, and I was wondering, was it a Palomino, or was it an Arabian, or a chestnut? What kind of horse were you looking at earlier?
A racehorse.
A racehorse, quarter horse? Nice. Are you going to put it in the Kentucky Derby?
Nah.
So today's the 2-year anniversary, huh?
Yeah, October 7th.
it's been a complete 2 years.
Yep.
Okay.
Now, according to the Jewish Hebrew calendar, it's not quite yet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, because they have more. So they're 365 days in a year.
I don't even know.
No. Okay. Well, you said the Hebrew calendar. I know. I forget. I'd have to re-Google it to find out what the particulars are. I thought it was like a day or so off or something like that.
When is October 7th, 2023 for the Hebrew calendar? October 7th was the 22nd of Tishrei, or 22 Tishrei, 5784. Wow, they hate Jesus that much. They want to count 6,000 years. And the date of Shemini Atzeret, the 8th day of assembly. So, what is today Hebrew calendar? 15th of Tishrei, 5786. So, they have another week before 22 Tishrei.
So then that means that's a whole. So if you take a week and divide it up, so it's 3.5 days, huh?
3.5. I guess they're 3.5 days a year different from us. Us normal American Christian people, world people.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
This quote spot. Fascinating.
Yeah, very. Extremely.
Well, all I know is that we can't go to Israel because our church used to go to Israel every other year. You could save up money and you could go.
Nice.
And walk where Jesus walked.
Yeah.
Did you ever? Did your church ever do that, or your family? Anybody ever go to Israel?
I don't know that anybody in my church or family ever went. We would talk. People would talk about going, and
talk is cheap.
Yeah. But I don't know if anybody ever did. I don't think so. Yeah,
you got to put up at least $4,000, I think, to go if you get a big enough group. About $4,000-5,000, I think, is what they wanted.
Okay.
That's from the West Coast. So let's see. I'm trying to figure out if you go to that part of the world, which coast you fly out of, East Coast or West Coast. I think when I went to Saudi Arabia.
Did you go? You went to Israel?
No, not to Israel. I was in Saudi Arabia during
when you were serving
Desert Storm and Southern Watch.
Yeah.
So I believe I left from the east. Hold on. Dang it. I know when I went to Germany, I left from the east. I know I left from the East Coast. So I think Korea, I left from the West Coast. I'm trying to remember. No, you know what? No, when I
are you talking about this because you're trying to prove the ball Earth? Is this the point?
What?
Are you trying to prove the ball Earth? Oh.
No. I haven't found any proof.
Oh.
So I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you're talking about leaving from the West Coast to go that way, or would we fly all the way across the states from the West Coast to fly to Israel? Probably leave from, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I was just trying to figure out how long it took and all that. But anyway, I'm not sure.
I think it's still faster to fly across the states if this globe is accurate. The Pacific Ocean is awfully big, and so is Russia.
It is real big. It's like, it's weird. You think our
it's mind-bogglingly huge
wobble with all that land, all that water out there.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It might be wobbling.
Who knows? That's what they say, I think. I think the scientists say it does.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yep.
I don't know.
I think so.
So anyway, what else is going on, man? So we got Israel, the anniversary. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, man. I'm going to let you go because I'm breaking the law. You don't want me on my Bluetooth, and I'm...
No worries, man.
Highway Patrol, but I am at work.
Well, I appreciate your call. It's good to hear from you, William number 7. Take care, man.
Yeah.
All right. Jermaine, I believe, is ready now. Jermaine, thanks for calling, man. How you doing?
Hey, Hake, how are you?
Doing fine, sir. Thank you.
Oh yeah, thanks for taking my call. I was kind of busy, that's why I couldn't pick up right away.
I understand.
Oh yeah, I'm calling you about some new fridge they're putting on the line. Like these fridges are like $5,000. I know it's kind of a weird topic, but
Okay.
these fridge they're like smart fridge with built-in AI, and they're so high catching, right? So all the females are buying the fridge up. I mean, I guess the husband are buying it, but it's because the female wants it. It's mostly high catching, and this fridge, it has like a big screen on it, and it feeds you ads.
Wow, really? That's funny, man.
Yeah.
It's like when you're at the
ads.
gas station nowadays. Some of these gas stations have like videos, video ads at the place where you're pumping your gas. A mess.
Yeah, it's so funny. So whatever you buy and put in your fridge, it collects data on it, and it sends it back to whoever the manufacturer, whoever account holder is this under, and they're able to track what you buy. And data is actually money because they send it back to sell your data back to brokers or whatever. What do you call it? Like manufacturing company that will sell you stuff to put in your fridge, like ice cream and dairy stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's actually kind of funny that we're buying such advanced fridge, but it only will last you for like 2 to 3 years. I mean, that's how they make their money, because if they make it any good, if you make it really good, you're just a one-time customer.
Right. Yeah.
So,
They build stuff not to last, planned obsolescence they call it. So that you're forced to buy some maintenance or some warranty or some replacement.
yeah.
So they have AI in the fridge?
Yeah, it's like the way they market it is like nice, big fridge, nice. Well, their marketing strategy, but the way they market it is like nice, big looking fridge with a big screen on it, and it has AI assistant. But that AI collects your data, and then the big screen just give you ads of what you need.
Nice.
Yeah, I found that kind of funny.
You don't let AI in your house.
That's for sure.
I don't know how we're going to be able to keep it out. I feel like you're going to have to embrace it.
Yeah, at some point down the line.
I mean, there's people who are very, very private, but I don't know, man. That's not a lot of normal people.
Yeah, they're even having new models of cars, right? And it upsells you.
Wow.
Like you buy the car.
Yeah.
You buy the car. And I forgot what the message that would pop up on the screen, and you have to purchase it to let it stop popping up. It's like an ad too. It's like upselling. You buy a TV, but really the upselling is like the subscription that you have to pay for in your TV and stuff like that.
AI is in your pocket. AI is in your phone. I remember Asmodor used to call us phone cucks. Don't say that word, kids. But he would call us, you know what I mean? Like we were suckers for having cell phones. So what a mess. Crazy.
It is a mess.
Interesting. I guess they're getting in on that game. You might as well get in on it. But I bet you that a lot of the AI stuff they're coming out with right now is going to be hokey compared to what's really going to be useful and prove itself in the market down the road. It's kind of like talking cars that took place in the 80s, and some of it was just basically fun but useless overall.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah,
it's just a thing because it's hype now, so let's hop on the trend.
Yeah,
and make some money off it.
Yeah,
pretty much. That is true.
Interesting, man. Well, thank you for the side topic. I like that type of a thing.
Yeah.
I like a regular fridge. I remember when I first moved into my... Oh, I got to get out of here. Anchor Baby's coming up. It's good to hear from you, man. Take care.
You too. Bye.
All right. Guys, this has been the Hake Report. American Anchor Baby is coming up next. He's streaming from the lab. That means it's 844-900-BABY, 844-900-2229. Peace in the Middle East, or at least in your hearts. Take care, guys. Bye.